All right, last one, word 4, guys. We're going to be adding an image to this one. So I'm going to hold Option and copy word 3. And let's move this into the right spot here. I'm going to call it Design 4. There we go. And for this one, I want to get rid of the stroke. And I want to bring my fill back up. And my fill is this blue color. It doesn't really matter what color it is. For the sake of this, I'm going to do it as black. And then I'm going to grab a texture here. Okay. I already know this texture is way too big, so I'm going to copy it. I scaled it so it'll fit. Oh, that's the old file. I'm having to re-record these guys. All right, so then with that, I'm going to paste the texture. And did I not copy it? 1 second. Where did I do it? Copy. And let's go back. And we'll paste. Oh, there we go. Now you can see what I was talking about. It's just giant, right? To scale this, I'm just holding the corners, guys. Clicking and dragging them, scaling them. I'm sure there's probably a faster way to scale them. I don't remember it off the top of my head. There's a reason you'll never see me teach you Photoshop other than this class. So I'm going to call this layer texture, okay? And the process for this is super simple, guys. Really simple. I'm going to take the texture layer, place it over top of the last word, control click on it and tell it to create a clipping mask. And that is how we get text to have a texture with an image or photograph. If I turn the stroke back on and adjust the stroke, let's do the stroke as a teal blue, something along these lines maybe, and then let's adjust the stroke to where it's smaller, maybe 2 points. And I can't see that teal, so let's do something I can actually see. Come on. Something like that. Let's do something fun here, right? Let's zoom in. I want to see this. I want you guys to see this. It's kind of fun. I have drop shadow, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that. One thing I want you guys to notice for the drop shadows is that I have applied a couple of different drop shadows, right? I want the drop shadows to all be in the same place. Okay, so let's say I have a drop shadow here on this one, and then up here, my drop shadow is over here, and it's going the other way. This doesn't work for us, right? This is creating multiple light sources. So with this top drop shadow that's kind of in the right place, I want to go through and double click and tell it to use global light, which is going to allow me to go into these other drop shadows and just check the box that says use global light. And then all my drop shadows, no matter what, across everything will be exactly the same. And if you notice, they are all going to change in the same way, right? So that's kind of cool. You can see those drop shadows jumping around. I'm going to apply one more effect down here to this because it's kind of fun. Let's go into the effects, and I'm going to do an inner shadow. And I've already kind of set this, but you guys can kind of play around with this. Opacity, right? This is basically just making this feel like there is a subtle bevel or subtle inset to this. So it's kind of fun. You can do some fun things with this. I encourage you guys, click around a little bit, right? It's really not a risk to you to click around and just kind of figure out what's an option, what's not, right? Let's go through and save the file. Super simple. So I'm going to do, first and foremost, I'm going to organize this artwork into groups. So I'm going to create 4 groups, and I'm going to drag those 4 groups into my artboard. If you did not create artboards, then you will create 4 groups, and they will automatically be on your art layer. I'm going to name this word 1, and name this one word 2. Name the following one word 3. And let's make them all consistent. And then I bet you can't guess the last one's going to be got it. Word 4. I'm going to drag design 1 into word 1. And I'm going to drag design 2, this layer, into word 2. I'm going to go ahead and collapse these. And then I'm going to drag this one in here. And then both of these, by holding shift, I can grab 2 layers, drag them into this, collapse this up. Look how nice and neat that file looks, guys. Right? Super organized, super easy to work with. I can take all these and scale them and do whatever I want with them. But nice, clean artwork to work from. All right, just a few effects. Saving this file, guys, we already did something super important at the very beginning when we created our new document. We went ahead and put our document file type in and the way we want this to be labeled. According to the instructions, it should be labeled with your last name, first initial, type using underscores. So I'm going to do File, Save As, and I'm going to save it on my computer. And I already have a VCC folder set up to where I've done this. So I'm going to name it EllisonJ_type with PSD. For a Photoshop document, I'm naming it all caps so you guys can see. I've already done it before, but I'm going to name a new file. And then I'm going to click Save. I'm labeling right over top of it. And then I'm going to do a Save As a Copy. Save a copy. And let's do this one as Ellison J. Come on. You can delete that. And I want to save it as a JPEG. And I'm going to click Replace since I've already done it. It's going to give you JPEG options, give it the full effect. Guys, this is it. You've done it. Section 2. We're on to Section 3. Congratulations. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Reach out if you have any questions, y'all.